What red flag should homeowners never ignore?
Weird mechanical noises. So what am I talking about? We're talking about squeals. We're talking about scrapes. We're talking about clicks, pops. When you get to your air handler inside your garage in the home, if you hear weird bubbling sounds, even in your walls, you hear like weird bubbling noises you never heard before. You might have a refrigerant leak and there's air in the system. Noises are weird noises, especially if you couple them with performance issues with your air conditioner. They could totally be related. So, definitely don't ignore those.
When should people stop repairing their AC?
When it's out of warranty. When your system's out of warranty, your first major AC repair is expensive. You start taking a cost of a new replacement air conditioning system and you subtract your repair. And if something goes, it's just like in your vehicle. When you hit that 100,000 mile mark, things are not designed to last a certain amount of time. And so when you hit that warranty period, things start falling off, they start costing money. You start subtracting that from the cost of a new AC system, and you're at a time and a half. You have a multiplier on an AC system because you out of warranty did major repairs on your old AC system. If you have the financial ability to replace your AC system after it's out of warranty, do it at the first major repair. It is the best value for elongating the cost associated with your AC system.
One thing homeowners should do before summer.
Get your AC serviced. When I say service, you don't nothing may necessarily be broken. You would know. Summertime really brings out the issues in your AC system. To give you the best shot of it surviving the summer, South Florida summers are brutal. They are unrelentless. Sometimes it gets hotter at night when the sun goes down. Humidity spikes up. Your AC's got to deal with humidity just like it does heat load from the sun. So it also works super hard at night if it's high humidity. When your AC company comes, or here's you can do some things yourself before your AC comes. If you can't afford a service call to get your AC serviced, if you want to go on outside and turn off your AC system and go outside and take a water hose, you don't use high pressure out of your water hose, and you want to clean down your condenser coil. Your condenser coil is made of a bunch of vertical fins on horizontal copper tubing, and you're trying to get the metal physically clean because that's where heat transfer happens. So the cleaner that metal is, without using some type of degreaser, don't get into chemicals. You probably Google what chemical can I spray on my. Don't get into chemicals. Let an AC contractor bring in the correct foaming chemicals that do not destroy the metal or and ruin the heat transfer of your coil. But you could take fresh water out of a hose with a not super high pressure, not a pressure cleaner, and you want to shoot up at an angle. AC condenser, the panels are kind of louvered, so you're going to want to come up at an angle, wash that thing down, start top, work your way to the bottom, so everything rinses down to the bottom as you go. Everything in that unit is made to get wet. Don't be pulling off the corner where the controls are and squirting all the high voltage. But everything in the unit is made to get rained on all 24/7. So you can introduce water to that whole area around the unit and clean that coil yourself if you want to. You want to clear the condensate drain. The more the unit runs, the more condensate it makes. And sometimes units that have barely run during the winter time and the condensate drain kind of gets dry. If you introduce a high heat load immediately and your system starts pumping out condensate water like crazy, it could actually overcome your the actual interior circumference of your AC system, your condensate drain, and back that thing up and actually trip off your unit, even though it may have just cleaned it. It needs to be full of water to really get clean. So if you haven't been running your AC all winter long, you've been windows open, you've been barely running it, nothing, the puddle outside by your AC drain where you normally see it terminate is dry. Don't blow out your drain with air from inside the house at that point. You're not going to do much. You need everything inside to be wet and moist, and you want to blast it out. Um, you're not even blasting it out. What you're doing is you're really punching a hole through the sludge. So when you call an AC contractor, we have chemicals that we can cap off the end of your condensate drain. We introduce chemicals to the front end, let it sit for about an hour or so. We can come back and we can clear it out with high pressure from the inside out. And now the walls that line your condensate drain have been cleared. Otherwise, you're really just punching a hole through slime and it will close back up over time. Your condensate drain, clean your condenser coil. If your filter's nice and clean, you got a clean drain line, you got a clean filter, clean condensate coil. That's a condenser coil. That's about where the homeowner stops and the contractor begins. If you need anything beyond that, if you want to actually start pulling amperages, if you want to check refrigerant pressures, if you want to start checking out static pressure issues, or this room is hot, this room is cold, or vice, if you want to start getting deeper in your AC system, go ahead and get a contractor out, a licensed contractor out, to give your AC a once over before the summer blast and it starts having to run constantly.
What AC myth costs people the most money?
Turning up your AC extremely high when you go to leave the house costs you a lot of money. And you think it's counterintuitive, but it's not. Uh, when you're talking about cost of an AC system operating correctly, you're not just talking about the cost of the actual wattage, the actual amps pulled by the AC system. Uh, Non-climate controlled areas, especially in South Florida with the humidity we have, actually cause damage to the structure. I mean mold, I mean mildew. You need to have humidity controlled in your home in order to not have those issues. There are high costs associated with having a hot, humid house, and it's not just that it's hot in the house. So here in South Florida, you need to control humidity. A lot of we call them snowbirds. People from up north come down in the wintertime. So they have humidistats, so they're gone during they're gone during the summer, and they come here during the winter. So they actually have humidistats in their home, and so they're actually not even running their AC system based on temperature. They're running their AC system based on humidity. So humidity, about 55%, is a nice, clean. It takes about 65, 67% for mold to start growing. So you're 55%. You're at a good spot. It's comfortable in the house regardless of temperature. No damage to your home unless you have Van Gogh paintings that need to be at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have that, call me. You climate control the hell out of us in a special case. Um, if so, humidistats, they're running them to keep humidity down while they're gone for months during the summer. When you leave your house and you crank your AC up to, say, 78 degrees, 80 degrees, I'm going to save money and go to work and slam your AC up to 80 degrees and leave. Well, depending on how your house is built and your AC system and how it's functioning, if you've got humidity that's high, 65% or so plus, and you leave it that way all day long while you're gone at work, and then you come home and turn it back down to 75 or 73 so it cools down so you can get some sleep that night, not only is it going to run until 3 a.m. straight, trying to get humidity and heat down from where it was. Because again, at nighttime here in South Florida, it gets super humid at nighttime when the sun goes down sometimes. So the AC still runs really hard at night, even though the sun's gone. So if you do that, you're gonna have your system running full blast for hours and hours and hours, trying to catch up. And the damage you may have done inside your unclimate controlled home while you are at work is a cost you need to add in.